In 1998, Super Mario Bros. 3 came out for the Nintendo Entertainment System. It was met with critical and commercial success and praised as one of the best games for the NES. If I were forced to say my favorite game of all time, Super Mario Bros. 3 would probably be it. So I want to talk about the game, both its successes and its stumbling blocks. That's this video, an in-depth analysis of Super Mario Bros. 3. Let's jump in. When you boot up the game, the first thing you see is the map for World 1. It doesn't look like much, but the presence of this hub world was new for the Mario franchise. It gives the impression that the game isn't only about a series of platforming encounters, it's also about navigating a world. The designers intensify this feeling by making the world maps be places of intrinsic interest. There are 8 world maps in the game, and each of them has a distinct tone. Compare the atmosphere of World 1 to World 7 and you'll see what I mean. The maps also present interesting choices. Oftentimes, the player is able to skip levels or choose between them. In World 1, for instance, the player can outright skip both Level 3 and Level 4, though if they do, they won't gain access to a mushroom house. Being able to avoid certain levels serves both a practical and an aesthetic function. It allows players to avoid trickier levels, but it also makes the map feel more organic. Less like a list of upcoming challenges, more like part of the game. Moreover, there are a few items the player can use on the map: the music box, the cloud, and the hammer. These things don't provide much depth, as they only allow the player to jump over a level or create a shortcut, but they do make the map feel more interactive. Super Mario Bros. 3 faces a challenge with the map system. In the first game, Mario is only shown on one screen, the one where we see him platform. In Mario 3, Mario is on 2 screens, one when he's platforming, another when he's navigating the map. This could have led to the feeling that the map Mario isn't really Mario, but a token that represents him. But the designers make a few smart choices to help reverse that effect. First, the power-ups that Mario has appear on the map screens, making the Mario you see on the map feel like the one you play in the game itself. Second, the map is sometimes connected to gameplay in ways that don't feel superficial. Hammer Bros are a good example of this. They move every time you exit a level, and when they land on a space surrounded by water, the fighting arena has water at the bottom. World 5 is another good example. In the middle of the world, you enter a spire, a level where the player ascends. When you exit, you're in the clouds. These are small touches, but they help make the map screen Mario and the gameplay Mario feel like the same guy, interacting with the same world. Let's move on to the game itself. The designers added a few new moves to Mario's toolbox this time around, and they don't waste time showing these moves to the player. In the first minute of the level, you're introduced to 2 new skills: grabbing shells and filling up the P-bar. The grab mechanic is taught especially well here. Anyone used to the first Super Mario would want to hit this Koopa shell into this question mark block. If they're holding down the run button, as most players will do most of the time, they'll pick the shell up. Many players will learn to grab without even thinking about it. The first level also introduces a core mechanic of Mario 3: secrets and shortcuts. If the player gets the raccoon suit and fills up their P-bar, they'll fly into the air and access a sky bridge. If they fill the bar again, they'll find a room filled with coins. The player learns from the start that there's more than one path through some levels, and they learn that these paths are rewarding. This is one of the most important aspects of this game. So often there's a secret passageway that leads you to a shortcut, or some 1-ups, or a cool power-up. These additions are some of the best and most distinctive aspects of the game. They make Mario 3 feel less like a linear platformer and more like an adventure. There's rarely an instance where the secret path Mario goes through provides him a challenge. Shortcuts are often incredibly easy to get through, and to some extent, this makes sense. After all, alternate routes like cloud bridges or coin heavens are rewards for observant play. But I see this absence as a bit of a wasted design opportunity. Look at levels like 2-1, 7-8, or 8-1. Here the designers know that if the player accesses the secret, they must have the raccoon suit. Because of that, it would have made sense for alternate paths to make use of Mario's raccoon ability, to have paths that had very long jumps or required flight. It's not that secrets are implemented poorly, since they provide a lot of texture and depth to the game, but they're not exploited fully, and it's a shame. Counterpointing Mario 3's fixation on exploration and secrets is the game's emphasis on going fast. The game rewards fast, almost reckless play. Mushrooms and 1-ups move around the screen when they appear, forcing the player to move quickly if they want the reward. At the end of levels, if the player is running, they'll receive a star card. 3 of those and you get 5 lives. The game also punishes slow play to a tremendous extent. Boomers, Hammer Bros, Cheep Cheeps, Lava Lotuses, and Thwomps are all really hard to deal with when you take your time, but you can destroy them by running in fast enough. Just look at the difference between taking out this World 8 level slowly and running in as fast as possible. Considering how important fun, frenetic platforming is to Mario, it's good that most of the game encourages that sort of play. There's even a mechanic in Mario 3 that exists only to make the player play faster: sliding. Downhill sliding, introduced in level 2, is a brilliant inclusion in the game, and it's great mostly because it's so frivolous. There's no hill in the game that the player needs to slide down. You can always run and it's fine. You slide because you want to slide, because sliding is fun. It's admirable that the designers included such a mechanic in this game. It shows how concerned they were with fun, visceral experiences and player momentum. So, the game generally revolves around 2 things: finding secrets and fast platforming. And on the face of it, these 2 mechanics shouldn't work well together at all. The player is caught between playing meticulously and playing recklessly. That could have been irritating, but it's not. And I think a big reason why it's not is because of the raccoon suit, the iconic power-up of the game. The Coon suit is introduced in the first level of Mario 3. From that point forward, it's pretty much the most important, most helpful thing a player can get in a level. The raccoon tail embodies everything Mario 3 wants to be. It's the optimal tool for secret finding, since so many secrets and alternate paths can be found in the skies. The suit is also the best way to go fast. If you're wearing the suit and you fill your P-bar, you can fly, so reckless play in the suit is incentivized. More than that, the suit appeals to every kind of player. For less experienced players, the suit provides useful jump correction. Difficult obstacles and side-scrolling levels are easier when you can slow down your falls. The suit is also designed for experienced players, since you can go faster and find more secrets with it on. The raccoon suit is so great, it's such a perfect representation of the game, that it can sometimes be a problem. No other power-up compares to its abilities, and so they often feel like afterthoughts. The Fire Flower, the other main ability Mario gets over the course of the game, isn't useless, but it's often not a desirable pickup for the simple reason that it isn't the Coon Tail. You can't find a lot of secrets with it, and you can't fly with it. On the face of it, this isn't a problem. There's no reason why some power-ups can't be better than others. But in practice, the other items of the game come off as superfluous, as though they shouldn't have been included in the first place. The Coon suit is an embodiment of the game, aesthetically and mechanically. Compared to that, the Fire Flower feels a bit obsolete. The Frog suit is another power-up that could have felt more useful. Introduced in the third world, the Frog suit gives Mario added mobility when he's in water. It's super fun to use, especially because Mario's controls in the water feel clunky. But the Frog suit is not executed perfectly. Excepting one secret, the suit is found only in mushroom houses. This placement implies to players that they can use the suit in a wide variety of levels, but Frog Mario has very limited applications. On land, platforming is incredibly difficult since he can't run, so it would have made sense for them to have given the item to players only in situations where it could be used well. That said, the general distribution of the frog suits could have been interesting. It's bad with land platforming, so there could have been a secret at the end of a land level that required use of the suit. Considering how rarely secrets are accessed with any power-up besides the raccoon suit, this could have been an interesting and fresh challenge. But negative criticism of Mario 3 can only go so far, because where the game succeeds, it succeeds very well. The game has an amazing sense of personality and novelty. It's bent on delivering a steady stream of new and fun experiences, and it's willing to take risks in the name of that goal. Consider the sun level of the second world. Years of playing Mario has conditioned players to thinking Mario is always cute and inviting, so having an angry, vengeful sun chase after Mario in this level is nothing short of a masterstroke. Or look at level 4-6. Up to this point, the game had used the invincibility star only to encourage the player to go as fast as possible. But in this level, the tables are turned. Invincibility suit Mario is left in a dead end, unable to progress because of invisible blocks. And Mario 3 often pulls this trick, bucking conventional gaming wisdom to provide a more interesting experience. Conventional wisdom says that as a game progresses, levels should get harder, but Mario 3 has a level that's an easier replica of a previous stage. Conventional wisdom says that power-ups should be developed fully, but 5-3 has a suit that's only featured in one level. Conventional wisdom says that platformer map screens should be easy to read and let the player platform as fast as possible. But World 7 is a cryptic maze that often makes the player feel lost. That last example is a good one. I don't like having to navigate a weird maze to play Mario. It's not fun exactly, but I still think this inclusion was a worthwhile one for the simple reason that it was new and different and made the game feel more diverse. Where Mario 3 fails, it fails with the company of a million games. Sometimes things in it aren't as fun as they could be. Some power-ups and secrets aren't exploited fully. But where it succeeds alone. The sense of atmosphere, of adventure, of experimentation all make the game a masterpiece. I have yet to play something that conjures up the feelings that Mario 3 does. So that's all I had to say about this game. This video was a lot of fun to make, so if you want to see more like it, leave a comment down below. I have been considering looking at later 2D Mario games. I'll see you next time.